reps at 185. Get it started. They've got 2 minutes to get through this. I don't see that being a problem for most of the field here in Heat 4.
Now, this first segment, again, is that warm-up piece. All these athletes are going to do really well. And right there in the center of your screen, you've kind of been anxiously awaiting his return. Marcus Philly has both individual and team experience at the games. Took a year off. You know, he just kind of wanted to get back into training, do his thing. He's actually started a couple businesses on his own, like a protein line and things. So he really took a time away, even though he didn't lose his fitness at all. Did great through the open, and here he is once again. We hope to see some big things from him. He looks great so far in the first leg of this ladder.
It's a very scary athlete when he comes in healthy and rested like he is this season. Josh Bridges, one lane over, coming in very motivated. And somebody else to keep an eye on that doesn't get a lot of talk, Rasmus Anderson in the red and gray, making the move from Crossfit Invictus. A couple of years ago, he was on that championship team.
Yeah, very strong athlete. And again, he's a younger athlete. He's got years and years and years. Where he is really, really good, he is really, really good. In the past, he's had some holes, and those have been the things single-handedly kind of knocked him out of contention as an individual. But with age becomes a little bit of wisdom, so hopefully as he's getting older, he's been able to fill in those blank spots.
Dan Bailey, you talked about him being a mainstay. There's only 4 athletes that have 4 or more games appearances and been in the top 10 in all of them. Rich Froning, Julie Fouché, Scott Panchik, and Dan Bailey.
Yeah, not too bad.
That's not a solid list. Looking for his 6th appearance in the games, all consecutively since he debuted in 2011. This is one of those events, though, that he might have to be doing some damage control.
You know, I think he's going to be all right. His 1 rep max may not be up in the 300s, but that's really not what this particular workout is about. It's about capacity, and that's where Dan excels. He loves to grind. It doesn't matter if things get hard. He'll just go and go and go. So I'm expecting to see him be able to hang with that group up to the 265 and hopefully get those last few reps out.
No athlete was taken out by that 2-minute checkpoint. All working on 8 reps at 205 pounds, led by Rasmus Anderson, who's through all 8 at 205 and advances to the 6th rep station, 225 pounds at 230. He clears the 18th rep. Christian Lucero, the highest 1 rep max listed out of this heat at 290 pounds, a strong Olympic lifting background. He's through segment 2 and on to the 225 bar. Bridges and Philly also making their way to 225. And you can see his back to the screen right now in white and black. Garrett Fisher up to 225 as well.
Yeah, Garrett Fisher, real strong. I mean, I think he gained so much being with the NorCal affiliated back in the day. Kind of took a year off. He missed the 1 year, took a year off, went back to Florida. He's back here now in California and being trained by Chris Spieler. That's kind of a deadly combination. When you have past experience, you have just natural gifted ability, and then you have a coach like Chris Spieler with so much experience. I mean, I'm really excited to see what he can do this year because over the off season, we've seen him in some of the larger, more popular competitions, and he's done amazing.
2 seconds until the 4-minute checkpoint, and it's going to take out 2 of the 10 athletes here in this heat. Nuno Costa and Josh Pulema are out after segment 2. 7 athletes remain out of the 9 that took the floor. Rasmus Anderson continuing to lead. He's up to 2:45 at just 4 minutes and 20 seconds ahead of the time to beat. 8 minutes 13 seconds set by Ben Alderman in heat number 1. First of 4 reps at 2:45, good for Anderson. Josh Bridges moving up to 2:45.
Yep. And I will say this, of all the events that have been listed, I like him in all of the events. I think he's going to do really, really well. But when you have a heavy weight lift, then for him it's going to be damage control. but look where he's sitting right now. He's doing the 245. He's up there in the 245. There are guys that are behind him right now, and he moved that like it was no big deal. Now, he did tell me that he knows he can get through the 245 no problem. If he gets to 265, that'll be a PR. He's hoping that with the rise of the crowd and him getting there, that he's going to be able to get those 2 lifts and finish the ladder.
Plus, he's got the facial hair going, and as we discussed earlier, science proves facial hair means you lift stronger.
More hair equals more muscle, and you just are bigger and stronger that way.
Anderson good with his final rep at 245, rolling the bar ahead to add 10 more, 10 on each side for 265. And he's not only ahead of the time to beat here in California, he's ahead of the pace set by Jared Enderton in the South Regional, 6:53, the event record. Dan Bailey working on his first of 4 successful lifts at 245. He has until the 8-minute mark to complete all 4 of those reps.
That is one of the nice things. If you can get a little bit ahead of the clock, you give yourself a little bit more extra time, a little bit more rest.
6 athletes remain on the floor as Josh Bridges going to be the second athlete to move the bar to 265. 1 rep completed at that weight by Anderson. Marcus Philly also off the screen, moving the bar to 265, as is Garrett Fisher. Anderson walking to the bar. He's still 20 seconds away from Enderton's event record. And Rasmus Anderson, what a start to the weekend. A new event record, 640.
Wow. So strong, so explosive.
What is it about Invictus and breaking event records today here in Del Mar?
You know what? That's the thing with when you have a team like that that's used to success. You excel when you need to excel. And it's on game day. Today's game day.
Bridges almost hitting underneath 265. That's not a problem for Marcus Philly. He's still well ahead of the prior time to beat of 8:13. Fisher on his second attempt at 265. He's 2 for 2. Garrett Fisher will take second in event number 1.
Nice job by Garrett. Again, he wants to show everyone he's back on the scene. He's someone to be reckoned with. Right? Marcus Philly, that last lift that he hit was so pretty. So pretty. Look at that.
Statement made by Philly, Fisher, and Anderson here in heat number 4. All demolishing the prior time to beat. Philly in at 7:44, good for 3rd place.
Dan Bailey's struggling to get this. Josh Bridges, this is his 1 rep max if he's able to hit this. Already had a couple failed attempts, just not able to solidify his body underneath that. Oh! So close.
Lucero, Bridges, and Bailey, the 3 athletes remaining on the floor, all at the final station of 265. Bailey with his first.
There we go.
The times of Ben Alderman at 8:13, Andrew Kong at 8:16 have passed, as is now Julian Alcaraz's time of 8:36.
There you go, Josh! Are you kidding me?
Wow!
That's a PR for Josh Bridges. After 3 or 4 attempts at that, unbelievable. But did you see the fight? He got down into that bottom position, kept his body locked out, and didn't rush it. And that was what allowed him to get up. That was awesome.
Dan Bailey in at 9:01. Not necessarily a strong play looking at it for him, but wow, what a performance. Bridges almost getting back-to-back there.
The nice thing for Josh is he knows he can hit it now. He's done it. He needs to just relax. If he can just chill out, give himself a good, healthy amount of rest, I think it's going to help him to get that lift.
Christian Lucero missing that attempt. He has 1 rep remaining with 90 seconds left on the clock. Both Bridges and Lucero with 1 lift left.